I'm already drunk now. Let's go. Literally, this is why I can't drink. Cup. Good morning everyone, it's Anna again from Ozhomenews, and yes, you heard it right, it's currently 10 a.m. in the morning, but that will not stop me from having a good cold beer. Two reasons. First of all, because I'm German, it's my freaking culture, and second of all, because today we're in the one and only Stone and Wood Brewery in Byron Bay. We're here today with my long lost twin, Jess.
Hey guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers everyone. So today Jess is going to show us around the amazing Stone and Wood Brewery in Byron Bay.
So this is the first time that we've had a venue that we've built from the ground up, so that we purpose built. We did a lot of tiny decisions that we really love about the building. Essentially when you have a brewery, it's a huge tin shed and you've got to fill it with stainless steel. So then the art really is, how can we soften that for guest experience? How can we add texture, color, contrast, and all of that to make it feel really welcoming and warming? Firstly, the building faces north to south, which is really great for that naturally heating and naturally cooling. And then we use a lot of soft timber. So predominantly we've got camphor laurel, which is the large timber slats there, and then the timber slats that line the outside of the building. And camphor laurel is actually an invasive tree species in Australia. So technically it's a pest and it drains all the life out of native trees. So you've got to cut it down, but yeah, it shines up beautifully. So that's one of the ways. Yeah.
And then also you have like the industrial features as well.
Yep, so the black stainless steel we really love as contrast. We've got the concrete bar, but we didn't want it too industrial. So again, to soften that up, we actually put timber on the front of it and then painted concrete over just to create a little bit of texture. All the other timber down here on the long beer hall tables, we wanted to use some reclaimed timber. So that's recycled black butt, a really heavy and durable, beautiful timber. And that actually came from a church down in Port Macquarie, so that polished up beautifully. Wow. Yeah.
I love that. Well, now that we spoke through the design and architecture, let's go to my favorite part, the actual brewery. Are you keen to show us around?
Yeah, definitely.
Come on
Let's
through.
go.
Let's go do this. Now, as we walk on through, another like feature piece that really stands out as soon as you enter, the massive painting on the wall. So what does it actually stand for? I've always actually asked this myself.
Yeah, so the painting is done by a local artist. His name's Paul McNeil. And these are his like incredibly iconic waves. Sorry.
So busy place, everyone loves beer.
Everyone loves beer. So these are his iconic waves, and these basically have done them in our branded colors of all of our favorite beers. So yeah, it's good to engage with local artists in the community.
That's interesting.
This is the team, so this is everyone making it work, all behind the scenes. Everyone from customer service to finance to marketing, everyone's cruising in here.
So that's like the fun area down here?
Yeah.
And that's the actual work area where people actually work.
Totally. And one thing we wanted to do was have these all glass windows so that the team can basically be in the middle of working, whatever, smashing spreadsheets, but then look up and they're like, oh yeah, brewing equipment, like we're brewing beer, everybody chill out, let's have a beer, yeah.
I love that,
yeah.
Amazing.
So this is our actual brew house where we are adding all of our different ingredients at different stages in different vessels. We're bringing it to a boil, we add our malts, our hops, and we're actually creating a liquid that's called wort, and then when we pour that into the fermenters, the yeast will turn that into beer. So this is where it's all happening. You know, we pour it all in and then wait till the end final product.
Another question, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, like the quantity or the amount of beer, like that's like literally, how many beers is in one of those?
Oh, 2,500 liters divided by 330 milliliters.
Imagine if you fall in accidentally.
I know.
You don't want to do that. Now, once this has gone through here, where does it go through to?
So we might pump it straight over here into one of these fermenters. You'd pour in the yeast, and the yeast is what turns all of that liquid into actual beer. And you'd leave it in something like this between 2 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So before you pour in the yeast, would you be able to drink it at all? Does it taste nice?
You can drink it, but it's not carbonated yet because yeast produces CO2 and it's non-alcoholic, so.
Yeah. Who wants that?
Yeah. What's the point?
The history of the business, where did it come from? Who's behind all this? Can you speak us through that a little bit?
Yeah, so Stone and Wood is about 11 years old and it was founded by 3 guys. Their names are Brad, Ross and Jamie. They wanted to do something that was really authentic and also paid homage to the traditional purpose of a brewery. And traditionally, brewers were the people that brought their community together. You know, in good times, in bad times, in celebration or in mourning, we've gathered around a drink as community. So that was the site that they set themselves upon when they made Stone and Wood.
I love that.
Yeah, super proud to say we're still proudly independent and also still trying to gather and connect community in that same way.
Yeah. So what would be your most popular one and what other varieties are out there?
Yeah, this cute little golden child is definitely the most popular one.
Golden child, I love that. I was like, are you talking about me?
Yeah, you like
me?
So yeah, this is Pacific Ale. It was our first beer that we ever brewed. It's basically Byron Bay in a glass.
Oh, it says it as well.
The original Pacific Ale, yeah. Byron Bay in a glass, you know, that tropical fruit, all Australian ingredients, for sure. So it does have a strong floral and fruity aroma. Besides that, you know, we've got all sorts of weird and wonderful beers here. A beautiful lager, pale ale, a red hoppy ale. We try to cover all bases for different situations and weather, of course.
Yeah. So when it comes to German beer, so obviously German beer is like really strong, you know? It is quite like herbaceous, I would say.
Yeah, correct.
So may I ask, in your opinion, how can you compare that taste-wise? Like, what are the differences?
A simple way to put it is that because the ingredients for German beers are grown in Germany and the ingredients in our Australian style beers are grown here, just like different wines have different flavor profiles of regions, so do the ingredients for beer, predominantly hops. But we do have a Helles Lager. Yeah, a German style Helles Lager, that's our Green Coast, where we do source German ingredients, so it does have this like grassy, herbaceous undertones to it.
I love this place. I don't want to go. Can you hire me? Help! No. Save me! So now that we're touching base already on taste and flavors, can we actually try some more?
I feel like we should try most, if not
all of them. I love her. Let's go. My favorite part, the actual tasting. I'm literally so excited.
I think when we taste beer, the most important thing to realize is that you don't have to like every beer, and you know, all over the world, what different people consider as beer is so different. You know, if you asked a German, an Australian, and a Scotsman to imagine a beer, that would be so different in everyone's mind. So it's really all about exploring the senses and the different
100%.
tastes that are out there. So you don't have to like everyone. Because I put some weird ones on there. Let's start first with this one. It's called Love It or Hate It, and it's called that for a reason. They hate it, I love it, you hate it. So that's a great, so very, very much.
I'm gonna do like a little, and then we've got this one, #1 so far.
Definitely better on a warmer day. Water weight is a little bit more dry and hoppy, as they say. Dare you to skull it. So yeah, the difference in color, I mean, when we're not adding fruit, obviously, and it's turning pink, basically is just how long you roast your malt. So this is all malted barley, and similarly to how you roast coffee beans, you would roast a grain of malt. So this dark one would have been used obviously to make a beer like that.
Can I smell that?
Yeah, it's literally just smells like coffee pretty much.
Wow.
And then obviously, like, you know, a pale malt would make a paler beer.
Yeah.
So it's just different lengths of roasting time as well as temperature of roast.
Interesting. Yeah. Now, do you think, because I'm all about like health and fitness, blah, blah. Yeah. So I'm thinking, would you say beer is a bit of a like healthier alcohol? Because at the end of the day, it's literally just
roasted barley.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way, like I would drink a beer any day before you'd catch me drinking a Coca-Cola, that's for sure.
True, yeah.
Sorry, Coke.
No, I'm just here to say.
Yeah.
But cheers to that.
Cheers
to that, sister. So now we've tasted all the beers. Thank you so much for speaking us through as well.
My pleasure.
And to you guys, tune into the next episode on awesomenews.com.au. Cheers. Oh, wrong beer. Cheers.